everybody, welcome back. This is Miss Faye, and this is my world. Today's topic is why he'd rather text than call. Why would he do that? Why would he rather text you than call? Before we get started, I want to say welcome. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to all the new viewers, the new subscribers, and welcome to you who have been with me from the beginning. I really appreciate you. Now, let's dive into this topic. I did pull a video to get us started. So let's watch the video. Later on, we have a letter, and we'll talk about this issue. Okay, here we go.
Hey there, I'm excited to come your way today. So, if you're in a relationship, you could actually meet someone who says he prefers to text. Yes, he doesn't like to call. And then you've complained over and over and over again, and then he still doesn't change. So I'll be sharing 5 reasons why he prefers to text rather than calling. 5 reasons he prefers to text rather than call. 1, he could be hiding something. Yes, he may just be hiding something from you. So that's why he prefers to text. Because if he gets to call often, you may just get to discover exactly what he's hiding. So the major reason why he prefers to text is because he could be hiding something about himself. So he doesn't really want it to know. 2, maybe he really isn't into you. Maybe he doesn't just take you serious. He really isn't into you. So he doesn't, him calling for him, to him calling, it's basically wasting his time. So he's really not into you. He doesn't really like you. So he doesn't just want to waste his time calling you. 3, maybe he doesn't actually know you want him to call. Yeah, there are certain people like that. They love to text. So maybe they could be dating someone who loves to talk on the phone, but he doesn't know that. So it would make sense for you to actually bring it to his notice that, you're actually someone who loves to talk on the phone rather than text. 4, maybe he's not available. It could be that he's married, he's engaged, or he's in a very serious relationship. So he doesn't really have that time to call you. So it may be that he's not available. That's why he doesn't call. And finally, maybe he doesn't like talking on the phone. Yeah, there are certain people like that who actually prefer to text. They don't like talking. Sometimes they feel comfortable expressing themselves through text messages. Because the moment you want them to talk, they become kind of laid back and all that. So maybe it's just someone who prefers texting. He feels more comfortable, and he feels like when it comes to texting, it's easier for him to be able to say his mind, to say certain things to you rather than calling.
Okay, so now you see what it said in the video? Men text you instead of calling you. Let's say men text you instead of calling you for a number of reasons, okay? And they're not really good reasons. They're just his reasons. All right. Many times men will text you to test the waters. They don't want to talk to you because you may have some choice words for them. So they'll text you just to see if you're open to their advances. Other times, men will text you because they don't want to talk to you. They'll just text you to pass the time or just play with you a little bit, but they're not serious about you, because if they were serious, then they'd want to talk to you. There are some weak men out there who are afraid to talk to you. They're afraid because they don't know what you're going to say. These men know that they don't measure up in one way or the other, so they'll text you first. You see, just to test the waters. See, texting is a way that you can communicate with people without really having a connection with them. You see, it's just like sending a random letter. You just send it out and wait for a response or to see if you're going to get a response. And sometimes people text you, they don't care if you respond or not. Texting is not a personal kind of thing. You see, when a man texts you, and he texts you all the time and he doesn't want to talk, it's because he doesn't want to know you like that. He wants to keep it kind of at bay. Now, there are men who text you who are hiding things from you. If they talk to you on the phone, you might hear another voice in the background. Or somebody might catch on that they're talking to you. You see? So, some men text you only because they are hiding something. But in any regard, ladies, if you have a man who's just texting you and won't call, block him. That's a waste of time. He's not serious about you. He's just playing games. See, it's easy to text people. I get texts. I don't even know who they're from. People just text me and say, how you doing? I don't respond. I don't know who you are. They don't identify themselves or anything. You see these random texts. They're just playing games and seeing if you will respond. Now, if you respond to a random text like that, or any text, if you respond to it, he may just send you another text and say, let's meet, or whatever else he has in mind. Some of these texts end up in sending pictures to each other, sending scantily clothed pictures, and some nude pictures to each other. It shows you right there that the man isn't serious about you. He'll say, send me a pic. He'll text you, how you doing? Gorgeous. He'll say, how you doing, gorgeous? Send me a pic. All right. Now, he's not talking about the regular pic, because he can go on social media and see a regular pic. He's talking about something sexy. You see, that's where he's going with that. Eventually, he'll have you taking off your clothes to send him a pic. This happens through these texts. Men are just using it to take advantage of women. Women that they don't have to face. They don't have to talk to you. But they pretty much can get out of a lot of women through a text what they're after. Which is ridiculous, ladies. Why would you entertain a man who's only contacting you through text? You got to love yourself more than that. You got to know your value is worth more than that. If a man is serious about you, then he should ring you up on the phone and talk to you and try to get to know you. He can't get to know you through a text. That's why they text. Not interested in getting to know you. Only interested in getting what they're after. That's it. That's it. And they'll text you forever. And if you meet these men online, a lot of them would text you to death because they are hiding all kinds of secrets behind the curtain they don't want you to know about. So they'll text you. And then if you ever get to speak with them on the phone, you'll realize that their voices don't match. Whatever, if you met them online, you saw a picture of them or whatever, you'll notice that their voices don't match the picture. So you're being scammed. You're being scammed. And the men online, they love to text. They very rarely will they call because a lot of them are out of the country. They don't want to call. They can't afford to call. So they text. They text. And ladies, we have gotten so desensitized till we accept a text as if it was a call. We'll accept it as if We having a relationship with somebody who only texts us. That's ridiculous. You do not have a human connection with another person through a text message. You have nothing. Okay? I wanted to start off talking about text because it's a big deal today. Everybody texts. Everybody. But when it comes to dating and your relationships, you want a human connection. You want to know who you're dealing with. And you can't through a text. You can't know the person through just texting them. I don't care what they tell you. And I don't care what kind of pictures they send you. You cannot know a person just through texting. So if you have a man who's just texting you, block it. There's no good coming out of that. If that man wanted you, he would present himself in a more respectable manner. And just texting you on the phone, what's up? Send me a pic. That's not it. That's not it. Now, we have a letter here. And it's not exactly about texting, but it is about relationships. So let's read this letter and see what she says. I did not have an easy childhood. I was raised in a home with a lot of fights and toxicity. I am 30 years old. I have always battled with my lack of self-worth and self-confidence, as I am a natural people pleaser. So people keep taking advantage of me. It sounds like you're an empath. Empaths are people pleasers. And if you were raised in a home with lots of fights and toxicity, via your low self-esteem, your low self-value, because living in a household like this, they were constantly bringing you down, not building you up. Okay? Constantly beating you down. 3 years ago, I met a predatory man online who lied to me for 3 years about his marital status. So you met a man online. And 3 years you communicated with this man and you didn't realize that he was married? I found out he was married with small kids. I went through all forms of abuse with him. Sexual, mental, moral, verbal, and I was obsessed and severely limerent. And as soon as I found out about his marital status, I tried to cut him off. Okay, let's look at this. You met a man online 3 years ago. All right? So he lied to you for 3 years. After 3 years is when you found out that he is married and he has kids. Okay, you say you went through all forms of abuse with this man. I don't know, you didn't say here if you actually lived with him or if he was dating you or coming to your place or what the situation was. But you say here that you went through all forms of abuse, sexual, mental, moral, verbal, and that you became obsessed with him. Okay. But then when you found out that he was married with kids, then you could just cut him off like that? Although you were obsessed with a person, as soon as you found out that he had a wife and kids, then you could cut him off just like that? Well, I'm sure it took a little longer than that. A little longer than that. You can't, if this was a true obsession, you can't just cut off an obsession like that. You actually have to heal yourself out of that. You see? You have to heal that wound. But due to the trauma bond, I kept getting back to him. Right. This is what I'm saying. When you say up here that you cut him off, you can't cut off an obsession that fast. So yeah, you were trauma bonded to him. I thought I loved him very much. But how can I love an abuser? He tried to convince me many times to be his side chick and promised he would let me go when I found someone new. Well, you know what? This man sounds like a narcissist. But now, how can he tell you? Think about this. How can he tell you? You be with me until you find somebody else and then I'll let you go. Well, that tells you right there he doesn't care that much about you. You just there for supply. And believe me, supply, he's never going to let you go. As long as you accept him back, he'll be back. As many times as you will take him back. I have been against affairs and cheating my whole life, and I was devastated to be in that situation. And I feel guilty that it took me a while to cut him off once I found out the truth. Yeah, it took a while because you were in deep with him. You were in way too deep with this married man. And for you to be with a married man for 3 years and then found out, was he separated? Was he going home every night to his wife and kids? It's a little bit confusing here how you can be with a person for 3 years and not realize that they are married. He just wanted to use me emotionally, enjoy my passionate kisses and sweet hugs, and even more sexual interactions. I finally found the courage to let him go, blocked him everywhere, and swore that he will never hear from me again. I am done with his gaslighting, abuse, and being forced to conduct sexual acts for him in public places. But wait a minute. You allowed this man to force you to have sex in public places with him? You were just a sex object then. It was pretty blatant what you were to him. And that's it. While I get only abuse from him, this was my first romantic relationship. I did not have real sex with him, and I am really glad I did not have a stronger soul tie with him. Okay, well, wait a minute. What do you mean by this? It was a romantic relationship, but you did not have real sex with him. What does that mean? What is real sex? Are you saying that you didn't have intercourse with him? But you had other sex? Would you have oral? Things like that? You still bonded. You still got a soul tie with it. 3 years with this man? You definitely bonded to him. And you have to heal from that narcissistic abuse that you suffered from being with him. And this was your first romantic relationship? You say you're 30 years old now. I guess this happened when you were younger. You were 30 now, so you were 27 when this happened. 27. I feel very unlucky in life. Other than this married guy story, I am involved in a horrible job. And the company culture is extremely toxic. The company is exploiting clients and abusing workers severely. I want to quit. But the job market is so bad that I don't know when I will find the next job. Well, you know what? If you desire a better position, then you need to go inside yourself into your meditation and let your spirit guide you toward a better position. Okay? That's all you need to do. I live with my parents because the cost of living in the country is too high, and they are supportive of me. Okay, but that shines a whole different light on it. You're not on your own. You're still home with your parents. So, okay, all right. So let's go back to this first guy. You were dating a married man. You didn't realize that he was married. When you found out that he was married, then you cut it off. Okay, he wasn't good to you during the time that you dated him. I understand now. Okay. Sometimes I feel like leaving everything here and starting a new chapter. I want to contribute to this world positively. I am a very sensitive person and super empathic. I want to do something for this world to change for the better. I wish I could find the purpose I can live for. I know if I find my mission in life, I will never be sad or depressed. One day I want to become a mother, as well as use my creative female energy to raise my kids as good citizens. All right. Well, you have a goal, and you're young. You're still young. Okay? Number one is take your time when you're meeting somebody. And don't be in such a hurry to meet somebody. Since you're still at home with your parents, you need to start working on your own financial foundation. Okay? Now, you're in a job that you don't like, you see. But if you sit with yourself and start believing in yourself, trusting in yourself, and listening to your own intuition, it will guide you to make better choices in your life. Better choices. Now, you being so young, you can manifest the life that you desire. You can manifest it right now. But you need to start your spiritual healing first. First and foremost, start your spiritual healing. And if you don't know how to start, in the description, there's a link. How to start your spiritual healing. And it's painless, people. It's painless. It's a lifestyle change. All you're going to do is spend time loving yourself. That's where your spiritual healing is. It's in loving yourself and not allowing people to just do with you whatever they desire. And ladies, many times when you get involved with a man, you just submit. You submit to him or do whatever he wants to do. And then when it's all over, now you want to complain because you've been used and abused. When you should go into the situation confident and strong and setting boundaries. You know what you want, and you should know what you don't want. Set those boundaries in the beginning of any kind of romantic relationship. And if he doesn't comply, let him go. Block him. Do not tolerate people who are not complying to your wishes. Let them go. Block them. Cut them out. And because you have been abused, and I say abused because the way that you were raised, fights and a lot of toxicity, that's abuse because it affected your life. It brought down your self-worth, your self-esteem, the confidence in yourself to know what you can do, to know your value. That's the abuse that you need to heal. Once you heal that, you'll come out strong, confident, and men won't be able to just take advantage of you like that. And then you're hurt and devastated and don't know where to go. Now, another benefit of starting your spiritual healing is that you can find your purpose. Through your spiritual healing, it will take you toward your purpose in life. Your purpose could be a number of things. You could be here just to be a great parent. You could be here to teach. You could be here to care for others. You could be here to care for the environment, to care for the animals. You see, it's a lot of reasons why you could be here. So your purpose could be in a variety of areas. But if you go into your meditation and let your spirit guide you, it will reveal your purpose to you. And it's probably something that you're familiar with anyway in your life. You just didn't know that's where your purpose was. It could be something that you're already doing a little bit of. You see? But you didn't realize that that was the direction that you're supposed to go in. But once you get on your spiritual path, these things will be unfolded to you and revealed to you. And your life will become better and better and better. And I always say this. It's up to you, ladies. You don't have to suffer heartbreak and abuse, neglect, any of that when you begin to love yourself. Now, I do want to recommend a book to you. And this is a wonderful book. Here it is. Whole Again by Jackson Mackenzie. This is a great book. It's a deeply insightful guide to healing the wounds that hold you back. Whole Again. Healing your heart and rediscovering your true self. You want to add this book to your library. It's not that thick of a read, but it is a wonderful, powerful read. And it helps you to reconstruct your life and healing your heart after abuse. In the description, I put a link where you can get this book right from Amazon. Click on that link and you can have it in a day or so and start reading. You see, on your spiritual path, you are encouraged to increase your wisdom about things, to do your research, your own research. It's not about, you just going somewhere to a meeting and listening to somebody else spout it to you. Know it for yourself. And fortunately, I don't know about this one, but a lot of the material on Amazon comes in audio form now. So if you're not really a reader and you just want to get the audio book and, listen to it a little every day, it really enhances your life. And a lot of us, we have been broken. We have totally been broken. But you want to be whole again. You want to be happy again. So you want to pick up this book. Okay? I hope that I said something today that can help someone. Now, I know the topic today was why he'd rather text than call. And men who don't want to call are not really serious. They're just wasting time or just playing games with you or just trying to hit and miss, that kind of thing, but they're not serious. If they were serious, they would try to form a real connection with you by talking to you. Okay? All right. Now, those of you who have questions that you would like for me to answer, my email address is in the description. And those of you who are looking for your affirmations for today, also in the description. Now, the affirmation for today, I'm going to give it to you. It was divine wisdom guides me. And I'm bringing that in because we talked about being whole again and letting the divine guide you into your happiness. So that was the affirmation today. I want to thank you so much for supporting this channel. I thank you for your letters and your comments. And a very special thank you to those that leave a donation. And also I want to mention, thank you so much for your well wishes. You see, I'm coming along. My speech is getting better every day. And it's because of you and your blessings coming my way. I really appreciate it. I wish you all the very best and happiness. And I really hope to see you next time.